Hey crew, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi and I'm very happy to be coming at you with another pick a card reading. This one is divinely guided and divinely sent. I actually had a dream last night that I was birthing butterflies through my mouth. As strange as that sounds, it was also deeply fulfilling and satisfying. So I took it as an indication from Spirit to create a pick a card reading where I will offer you a lot of messages directly from heavens, so from the realm of paradise. I'm tapping into that oh so beautiful heavenly energy to bring you some messages straight from paradise or the Garden of Eden. I don't know why, but recently in my conversations with some of you guys and some of my close friends, the theme of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden keeps popping up. So I just thought I would go with the flow. Neptune has just turned retrograde a couple of days ago. Venus is turning direct today. So Venus and Neptune, connections are always a little bit about divine love or unconditional love, love that is spiritual before it becomes physical, love for all mankind, right? This kind of love for the self where you find the God within, as Rilke used to put it. So I have only given you two options today because I pulled a lot of cards. So I want to go deep into each of the two piles, okay? And give you as much encouragement, as much light, and as much inspiration as you need to access in your life at the moment. Bear in mind that even though I'm working with the energies of the astrology in the sky at the moment, this is a timeless reading, so it applies to your circumstances from the moment you happen to stumble upon it, okay? So you have a choice today between this lovely little angel, he's Cupid, because you see that he's holding a tiny diamond heart. So lovely little Cupid. If only my camera would focus. Sorry guys, this is Mercury retrograde. Okay. And then we have here a statue of a very pensive, gorgeously clad Buddha, praying, meditating. So feel free to pause the video right now and meditate on which of the two piles kind of pulls you in energetically. If you do so, if you take your time with your choice, then there is a higher likelihood that it might resonate more with you. I also want to select one of the constellations from which these messages are coming to you, okay? So the whole idea of Sacred Keep is that there is this beautiful knowledge up in the heavens that I'm trying to tap into at the moment and kind of deliver it for you guys through the realms of the constellations, of the heavens, of paradise, however you want to call it. This is definitely guidance from our higher selves that I'm trying to tap into this reading. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you've made your choice, I will see you at your pile. I love you so much. Bye. Hey, group one, how are you guys? I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're navigating this strange period with all the wisdom and all the love that exists in your heart. This is for those of you that were drawn to this tiny, gorgeous angel, this Cupid statue. So let's see, what messages do we have for you straight from the Garden of Eden? This is about trying to encourage you wherever you may find yourself in your life at the moment, okay? So yeah, that's the intention in which I've created this reading. Let's find out what cards you got. I pulled a lot of them, so please bear with me. Keep in mind, at the end of me interpreting this reading, you can pause because I will put up an image of all the cards that you got. Sorry if my speech is a little bit bleh. It's also due to the fact that I've been quite tired recently, but not only that, I do think that Mercury retrograde is affecting a little bit how intuitive messages are communicating, okay? So bear with me. But you're in safe hands, don't worry. Okay, so we have here advice from Archangel Michael. Use your imagination and you'll see the answer. You got a beautiful angel on a horse riding through heaven itself. So the prayer that I have here: Dear God, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help regarding my current situation. Okay. I also have here Malkuth, ground, the kingdom of the earth. This is the foot of the tree of life in the Hebrew tree of life. So the Malkuth is that final point where the world of the spirit meets the world of humans, the ground. And it is a lot about grounding whatever spiritual messages or whatever spiritual intent you might feel in your heart. And then we have here protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Okay, so already there is a picture forming through just the 3 cards that I picked for you. This is a lot about materializing, about finding your solid footing in the world. Whether this is about a work situation, a love situation, or a family situation. Protection. Surprising twist, adventures. This is your sacred destiny message, adventures. Either stopping from having adventures and becoming less adventurous and more committed, or about to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. Let's see what other cards come up. Smoky quartz, clearing negativity. So we have here, release negativity from within or around you. Smoky quartz. Okay. This gives me a sense that you've just collapsed something in your life. You're rebuilding on a completely different ground. You're doing away. It's almost like spring cleaning in your life. And we have here, okay, this is, bear with me because this is hard for me to pronounce. Yeshet Sogial. Yeshet Sogal. If any of you is familiar with how to pronounce this word, please get in touch with me or write it down in the comments, okay? Nonetheless, this is the Lady of Lotus Born, and her affirmation is, embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. Again, the body, grounding. Taking the messages that are heaven sent, potentially from this reading as well, but like the kind of spiritual atmosphere that you encounter in your life and grounding it, making it palpable, making it something that you can touch and feel. Then we have here Magnolia, nobility and self-esteem. So the quote is one by Ernest Hemingway, and it says, there is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow men. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. Blah, blah, blah. Former self. Too many R's there. And yeah. In my culture, we pronounce the R's R, and this is like former. But anyway, some comic relief. Okay, and before I show you what tarot card I got, ooh, this is so good, I'm going to show you the final heaven sent message we have here, inner voice. Has somebody been working at developing their intuition? Or maybe this is an indication that you need to do more of that. And your final card, your tarot card, I saved the best for last, is the Two of Cups. So this is about love. You are grounding love, a love connection. True union between you and a counterpart that feels like home. You both feel like you belong to each other. It feels right when you are together. And no, this is not a devil-like kind of situation where you feel chained or obsessed or you want to stalk that person or you burn with passion. This is about, I found the person I want to go on the greatest, biggest adventure with. So, this message in this reading, sent directly from the Garden of Eden for you, my dear group number 1, is that Cupid, this little rascal that you've chosen, is just about to strike you with the arrow of love. Are you ready for it? I think a lot of you are. I think a lot of you are looking forward to just shaking up your life. And I think this is why I see here that You're clearing negativity. We have here Malkuf, grounding, trying to bring something else into reality. You're manifesting. Whether you know it or not, you are manifesting consciously, subconsciously. Maybe during sleep, your soul is astrally traveling, trying to collect all the bits and data, already connecting with your soulmate spirit. And during the daytime, if you wake up feeling extremely tired, this is why you've been doing extra work on the astral plane, trying to manifest this love. You're manifesting true love. I hope you're happy to hear this. It makes me so happy to say this to you. So you're manifesting true love. But there is a little bit of housekeeping to be done before that is able to come into being. And this has to do with your self-worth. Have you been allowing people to just randomly text you, to just, have you been backsliding to your exes because you kind of had enough of being by yourself? The Venus retro just wrapped up. So this is teaching us a lot of lessons regarding how have we been given our power away, especially as women. Was there a lot of, maybe it's a good idea to start again with that person that I broke up with and there was a very good reason for me to break up with that person? So I think you're waking up energetically from the mess and the deep self-worth slumber that were these 3 weeks of Venus retro. You're now rising up and realizing, wait a minute, I don't actually want this kind of thing. What was I doing? So you're clearing up, you're clearing out, you're deleting all the text messages. If there was some weird sexting happening, you're kind of doing away with that as well. You're raising healthy boundaries again. You're paying off energetic debts. And you're moving on towards someone that is worthy of you. Someone that, doesn't just want you for a hot night or a sexy conversation, but somebody that, is able to build with you, take you on a ride on the waves of emotion. Oh, that sounds so cheesy. I need a bagel, but I think you guys know what I'm trying to say here, right? So you see this kind of dark horse behind. You're leaving behind that dark horse. And here I'm kind of reminded of Katy Perry's song, right? Dark Horse. Go and have a listen to that. The lyrics might give you an additional message and insight into this situation. By the way, if you see some smoke, I'm just burning some incense, okay? My house is not on fire. But see, smoke again, rising from the ashes, smoke. You've just torn something down, and from the cinders of that fire, you're rising up again, right? You're rising up and you're saying like, I'm doing away with all these fragmented romances, with all these, it's complicated kind of situations. I'm shedding that old skin, okay? I want something true. I want something real. I don't want to keep fantasizing about my twin flame that never answers, that is not in contact with me. Sorry, I don't mean to trigger some of you out there that want to keep the light burning for a person that hasn't been in contact with you for 2 years. But I think that for most of you, and those of you that are generally open to this message, you are rising into your self-worth and you are doing a bit of housekeeping at the moment, okay? You're trying to manifest and you've realized that you can't manifest if you are filled with negativity, if you're filled with anger and resentment and regret about what happened between you and your past lovers. So you're forgiving yourself, you're forgiving others, you are letting go and you're feeling lighter. You might even feel like you want to be outside more in the sun, because the sun is, by shining its light on us, is antibacterial. So it's protecting us from negativity, both spiritually, because it warms us up, but also physically and anatomically, it's genuinely protecting us from germs and bacteria. So be outside in the sun, okay? And also, I feel that in my eyes, kind of like, I feel like I want to cleanse my eye. Maybe some of you are cleansing your eyes. You're getting better. If you're wearing glasses, you're getting better prescriptions. Maybe some of you are getting the good news from your optometrist. from your eye doctor that you know, you are actually decreasing in your lenses, right? So your eyes are getting better. Some of you want to eat carrots to help the safety of your eyes. Some of you are getting hydrating eye drops. The eyes are also the windows of the soul, right? So healthy eyes, it's also like a healthy reflection of where your soul is at. So I think this is like such a beautiful work of you just clearing away, you just finding healthy ways in which you can protect yourself, you know? Where your energy is spent, that thing grows. So if you put your energy in answering the text calls of some randoms, you know, that just want to be in your energy without giving you the commitment that you want, without giving you the love, the respect, the physicality that is needed to establish a deep, intimate connection with someone, then I think you're rising up to the understanding that my time is better spent elsewhere. You know, I'm better off by myself rather than in the company of some people that just like to chat me up, but they don't give me much in return, okay? Even worse, they might even ask you for some, you know, pics of your body parts. But you can't love somebody in parts. You have to love someone fully for everything that they are. And I do feel that you're rising into this understanding. So the adventure that I see here, do you see this beautiful waterfall behind and all this vegetation that is growing? We have water here as well, right? This wave of emotion that is crashing over them. I'm so reminded by Lana Del Rey's song, How to Disappear. Please go and listen to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it might make some of you cry. It did me the first time I listened to it, especially the last line. Perfect. But this is about, you know, feeling overwhelmed by a wave of emotion and just running with it, you know, just allowing memories from the past and related to past love and past struggles in love to just wash away from you so that you're clear and pure and bright new, almost like a baby. Oh my God, I'm getting so many song lyrics. It's like Newborn by Muse. You know, and it says link it to yourself, link it to the world. So it's like finding that power, that positivity to want to connect again with someone, to want to give yourself to someone again, to have that courage and that bravery. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's a lot of songs. I'm actually creating a playlist for you guys here. I'm tuning into all these messages. And yes, we do have here that this does happen through your body. I mean, with this wonderful deity here, the Lady of the Lotus Born, and we also have here Malkuth, right? The ground, the earth. I'm hearing, you know, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But in this case, it's like you're rising out of that, right? This isn't about a burial. It could be about a burial of your old self, right? It's almost like I feel there's a choir of angels that's applauding you in heaven, going like, we are so proud of everything that you've achieved. Well done, woohoo. You know, like when you watch an Olympic performance and you get all of the referees in their booth and they get their cards, right? And they go like 10, 10. That's the kind of image I have in my mind regarding the healthy and even perhaps a little bit difficult love decisions that you had to make recently. A lot of you come out of this Venus retrograde period stronger, more capable, more aware of what you're going to put up with and what you won't put up with. And you're going to just have this kind of like, okay, moment. Because I think for some of you, the moment of awareness, of realization has yet to happen. You're going to have this click. It will click in your mind, you know, and you'll go like, actually, I don't want to put up with this anymore in my love life. I want to be treated in a completely different way. And you'll change your behavior, and thereby you will change the way that people react to you as well. And you're going to be able to ground a new sense of self. So you look at yourself differently. You think about yourself differently. You might start exercising. You might start eating better. You might redecorate your home so it becomes like a sanctuary. I feel that this is such a strong message regarding it's almost like an awakening, a spring cleaning in your love life. Because the universe really wants to bring you a noble kind of love, a love that actually empowers you and brings you a lot of self-esteem and self-worth. You will be like the spiritual leader in this connection, because I do see here she's cloaked, and he's wearing kind of more like everyday clothing, but it's almost like she is a vestal, right? Like a high priestess emerging out of the water. You've dived deep into your emotions, you've done some processing work, and now you're rising up with this new sense of self-esteem and awareness, and you're just saying, you know what? I want a king. Enough with all these half men, okay? Half promises, half lives, half conditions, you know? Why am I being given crumbs? Why am I being breadcrumbed by all of these men in my life? I deserve the full course meal, okay? So this is kind of the energy that I'm feeling, and it's really awesome. It's making me feel like, wow, you know? Like Oprah energy, you know, empowerment, but empowerment through awareness, right? Through mental analysis of your emotions, of your past trauma. Yeah, Oprah could be like a really strong image in this situation, right? And then we finally have the inner voice card, and I want to read you the message because this is a new deck that I received from Magda. Hey, if you're watching this, thank you so much. But I generally want you to read the message. So this is about the inner voice, and it says here number 28, which if you add it up, it's 10, therefore 1. So it's kind of like putting you first in your life after a period of a lot of turmoil and struggle. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, women sometimes feel very guilty for thinking of themselves. You know, you might have worries like, oh my God, am I becoming like a narcissist if I put myself forth? Am I becoming an arrogant, you know, weirdo if I do that? Will people still love me? Yes, they will. And no, you're not becoming a narcissist, and no, you're not arrogant. It's taking care of yourself is the first step in how we can take care of others. You know, if you're kind and patient to yourself, if you give yourself the best, you can do so for other people. You are kind and patient with them because you understand what it takes to support your energy and the hard work that is necessary in being kind to yourself and gentle with yourself. So therefore, when you interact with others, you have this recollection. It's like, okay, now I need to be patient with this person because I identify myself with them. This is how empathy works. You put yourself in the shoes of the other person. But at the same time, being empathetic does not mean that you are not in your self-respect. Okay, so you can be in your self-respect. You can draw healthy boundaries and tell people, look, I don't appreciate your energy. I am not going to go down that negative road, okay? And at the same time, you can still be loving and empathetic, okay? That's really important to keep in mind. One does not have to exclude the other. The North Node is in Gemini, guys, okay? So let's ride with this energy. Contradictions are being resolved. We're opposing two ideas or two viewpoints in the world that for a very long time have been at loggerheads with each other. The idea that a woman, in order to be kind and empathetic, cannot be in her self-worth and in her sense of self-esteem. However, one does not exclude the other, okay? I feel that this was a really important message for some of you out there. Others of you are already aware of this, okay? So please feel free to discard this. But let me just quickly read you this short message here. So the inner voice card says the following. I want to show it to you. Tune into your inner compass. Persistent words and feelings that represent your greatest ideas are dropping into your mind. Instead of putting life off until you do, or be something in the future, bring your desires into the present. Yeah, start living now. Don't live for the future. Start living now. Anytime we feel like we have gone off the track, we have traveled a different road to our soul, and everything becomes a signpost to return us to our center, where we can tune into our wise transmissions. Just as the voice on a GPS navigator tells you which way to go, your soul wisdom is always leading you towards your destination. Neither will scold you or become impatient if you take the wrong route. They will just adjust, find an alternate route, and give you new directions. You can't get it wrong. Listen to recurring words and ideas. Pay attention to how they feel and drive forward with the ones that make your face and heart smile. So drive forward with the ideas that make your face and your heart smile. And in order to do so, I feel that the advice from Archangel Michael, especially the protective angel in heaven, is carve out some time to just daydream. Carve out 10 minutes a day to meditate. before going to bed, it's really, really important that instead of just scrolling through your Instagram feed, comparing yourself to other people, or answering work emails late at night, I know it's tempting with the crazy energy at the moment. It's really important to just shut those distractions off and to think about your beautiful life. Count your blessings and think about how wonderful it is to be alive in the present and how beautiful you are as an intellectual being, as a spiritual being, as a sexual being, as a bodily being. All of these aspects make you who you really are. Love yourself in the present. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, but today it is, okay? So that was the reading that I had for you, pile number one. I hope there's something in it that can actually give you a lot of joy, comfort, and relief. Stay tuned. In a second, I will show you a photo with the spread that I pulled out for you. I wish you the best of days. And if this felt too general, feel free to get in touch with me for a personal reading. I am open until the full moon. Bye, guys. Hey, group two, how are you guys? As I was tuning into your energy, I literally just felt like I wanted to twirl around. So it's like a beautiful, almost dervish-like spiritual energy that hopefully I'll be able to channel for you today during this reading. This reading is a little bit special. It's on the theme of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. And I'm going to try as much as possible to tune into, with the help of Oracle and Tarot cards, to tune into this beautiful divine energy and try to see what messages from the sacred keep of heaven need to come down. You need to hear, but need to come down from heaven so that you may hear them. Whoa, grammar and speech are very creative during this Mercury retrograde, so please, please bear with me. I know you're kind hearts. Okay, so just in case you might feel lost, this is for those of you that chose this gorgeous tiny Buddha and is praying and meditating. Okay, so let's see what cards you have. We start off with a message from Archangel Michael, one of the closest angels in heaven that is almost like considered to be the right hand of God, right? So the protector. We have here, go forward fearlessly. Strong message to begin with, right? Let me read you the prayer. So you can say this to Archangel Michael if you feel like the need for extra protection during this time, or just a boost to help you tackle your love path or life path. Why did I say love? This could be about love too. Pile one was about love. Maybe your pile is about love too. We'll see. But this is the prayer that you can say during the spirit to summon Archangel Michael. So, dear Archangel Michael, thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand, giving me confidence and courage, and guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love and my true life's purpose. So this could be about love, okay? Let's see what kind of love, because love is in many different shapes and sizes and forms and energy. Okay, so we have Material, Angel of Rain. I do see this as a representation of abundance. Material makes it rain, right? Literally. So with money, with goods, with opportunities, this is about opening paths in your life. The North, I'm not sure why the North might be significant. You might be thinking about relocating to North. You might want to work for a company called North Star. Your lover might come from the North. The north of the globe, I mean. Or from north from where you find yourself. Material, very beautiful. And then we have here boundaries as well. So interesting. This is getting a very interesting nuancing. So the advice here is, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay, before I say what I feel, let's just pull more cards. Stillness. Okay. I think some of you have just started your spiritual journey, and you're kind of like, almost like a baby goose, you know, coming out of its mother. You're still trying to find your feet, you know, you're wobbling. towards a certain goal. But I'll give you some clarity regarding that. There we go. So we have Sapphire, easy does it. And the advice is, your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. There is a lot of blue in your reading, right? And blue is about rest, stillness, peace. A lot of you could have north nodes in Libras or in Aquarius. A lot of you do need a lot of rest, a lot of being away from all of your normal everyday distractions. You need to come back into the sanctuary of your heart and of your soul. I'm getting the feeling that this is more about self-love than love for a romantic partner. But you know, one influences the other. So the more you are diving into yourself, the more you know yourself, what you want, what you need, what course of action you need to take, the more you're manifesting self-love and the more you're attracting the right kind of people to help you on your soul path in this lifetime. Let's move further. Whoa, so you have Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. So fitting. Where my Sagittarius at? This is my Sagittarius Sun card, Sagittarius Moon, or Sagittarian Ascendant to some extent. Sagittarius Venus as well. Let's see. Diana is the Queen of the Wilderness. She's also called Artemis in Greek mythology. The Romans called her Diana, or I think it was the other way around. Anyway, Roman Greek mythology. But her affirmation is, the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. I kind of got like a heart murmur, like a very strong feeling in my chest. Maybe some of you have been having some sort of issues with your heart recently, and you found it very hard to, okay, a lot of you might need to rest for medical reasons. So you found it very hard to be bold enough to move forward with your plans. Even with activity, even day-to-day activity might be very difficult for some of you. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Some of you might also be going through a period where this Venus retrograde brought up a lot of health issues and a lot of issues with your mother as well. So, especially if you're a woman, we do know that our relationships with our mother tend to be more osmotic. And if something goes wrong in our situation with our mother, it tends to affect us. Even if we think that we don't want to be affected by that, it does leave an imprint. And as I'm saying this, the sun is hiding behind the clouds. The sun, the father, right? So maybe it's a situation for some of you where the father is absent, or you're missing the father, or you grew up in a single parent household where the mother was your father as well, so to say. And I think that this is about, learning that you had to become yourself a very independent, very self-sufficient person, but this has taken a toll on your health. And I feel that you do need a period to come back to yourself, to figure out what it is you really want, disregarding the opinions of your mother or your friends or your culture or people at work. Some of you have been quite influenced by other people's opinion in their life. And now you just need to regroup, establish better boundaries, go into a period of stillness so that you can finally figure out what it is you really need to do. Some of you, I see like a piece of my hair came out, and I'm trying to arrange it because I'm conscious of the fact that it might look a bit crazy. So I think some of you are self-conscious in this period. Some of you have been changing your wardrobe, maybe your hair color, maybe the way you dress, the way you speak. You found some inspirational female role models that you're kind of using as a role model, right? You're using that person as a model to try to improve yourself in some way, to improve your, and as I said this, I did this sign, and this is in non-verbal language, this is a sign of kind of being a little bit self-conscious, being even a little bit ashamed, embarrassed. So maybe some things have happened, potentially in your conversations with your mother, that have made you aware of the fact that something has to change. So for some of you, this could be a health concern, and you're taking very good care of yourself at the moment because you had a health scare, something related to your heart or to some sort of muscular atrophy or muscular, some sort of pang, some sort of pain that you felt in your body and that you need to release it. For others of you, it was a very harsh conversation that you might have had with your mother regarding your self-worth. You decided to draw healthy boundaries and you're kind of working independently. You kind of tuned into this wild feminine spirit and said, you know what, that's it. I'm moving away. I'm going to the forest. I'm going to the forest. I'm going to find my group of Amazons. We're going to have a party and it's going to be amazing. So I feel that it's really important. For some of you, you went forward fearlessly already. For some of you, you're about to. Okay, so again, I feel that with the energy, it's kind of branching out into two different ways. This is a very general reading. I only have two options, right? So sometimes the energy branches out like that, like those energetic cords, right? But whatever you're doing, it's very healthy for you. So I would advise you to keep doing it. I feel that as with pile one, you guys are really encouraged by heaven, I mean, angels always want to encourage us to do our best and to be our best, right? Because we are children of God and we are loved fully. But the thing is that in this situation, I feel that it's like recently you've acquired some extra protective angels. Like you've been doing something really good, and maybe this whole process of establishing boundaries, even though it might have felt very painful for you, in the spiritual realm, it's like people were clapping and going like, yes, that's exactly what you should be doing. We know it's painful, but keep on doing this, So I feel that at the moment you're still in this transitional phase, but you're rising out of it. And I don't know why I started interpreting the cards before showing you your last three cards, but let's have a look at what your last three cards are, okay? Maybe this is supposed to happen in this way, so I'm just going with the flow. We have here Sweet William. I'm not sure if William, I think for a couple of you, William is a really significant person in your life. Potentially your father, your brother, a teacher, a doctor, your ex-lover, or a person you're about to meet, Sweet William. We have here Gallantry, grant me a single smile. Sweet William, small, has form and aspect bright, like that sweet flower that yields great Jove delight. This is a quote from Abraham Cowley. And I'm just so drawn to how pink this flower is. This is about just feeling, like putting on your rosy colored eyeglasses and wanting to feel as if life is more romantic than it is. Kind of fantasizing about how beautiful it would be if my life would be a little bit more romantic, more dreamy. I feel like you're calling in some more romance in your life. Let's see what your tarot card is. The Five of Wands. So normally in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the Five of Wands is the card of strife. It's the card of passionate struggle. You're holding your ground, and you're not going to back down. You're going to keep fighting until people see you for who it is you really are. This is also the card of having somebody steal your shine, steal your ideas, or steal your glory. So then you engage them in a battle because it's like, this will not stand, okay? That is my idea, that is my person, that is my reward or my money. You cannot just take things from me like that. So really strongly, pile number 2, my Buddha crew, you guys are all about self-love at the moment and like really defending it, and I feel like you have these really warrior-like angels that are by your side, and I think this is why somehow the divine has been sending you more protective and guardian angels, because it's kind of karmically you're being tested at the moment, because God wants you to rise up into your self-worth. Don't back down. Stand your ground, show the world the real you and defend it, okay? because maybe some of you have been a bit too people pleasing. You know, you've been a bit too melancholic. You're kind of like, yeah, whatever, I'll take it. I'll see what happens. I'll just stay in this job. It's comfortable. I'll just stay in this relationship. I mean, this person doesn't treat me well, but, you know. So if you were in that kind of it's like you're getting like a divine intervention, you know, like, sorry, I don't mean to trigger some of you, but it's a little bit like a kick in the butt, you know, it's kind of like, come on, it's time for you to rise up. And it's, you have to make some tough choices right now. And again, this could be about standing up in relation to you and your mom. This could be about going your own way, buying your own house, establishing your own group of friends that are genuinely supporting you rather than gossiping about you and envying you, or just stalking you creepily. For some of you that might apply. You're making it rain, so you're really materials kind of giving me like street vibes, you know. But it's this is a lot about, you know, like asking for your due rewards, you know. If before you were allowing people, you know, you're just spending your money away, you're like siphoning them without even caring, all of a sudden it's like you had this awakening moment, potentially during this Venus retro. You woke up one day and you're like, you know what, I'm going to secure my savings account. I'm going to ask that person back for the money that they owe me. I'm going to get that refund, you know. This time I am going to give them a bad rating because they've been treating me very poorly, you know. So for a lot of you, there's this fighter instinct that has been activated. But it's interesting because, like, I began this reading with this calm and still and kind of blue-like atmosphere, right? Because I did mention this at the beginning, right? A bit of melancholy. But this is what I think. Okay, guys, so I feel that this melancholy was just your repressed feelings. You have repressed your anger, your passion, your action, your active nature has been repressed. You've been in a period where you're just trying to keep the peace, you're just trying to put your head down and be modest and just do the best, and you've been trying to put up with a lot of people's bullshit behavior. But it's like the other half of your cards, spiritually, it's like boom. You know, enough is enough. You have here Diana, one of the strongest deities, right? Oh my god, this is so like, and her brother was Apollo, the sun, right? So yeah, it's like, I don't know, the pink and the boundary setting and the 5 of Wands, it's like boom, you know. I want to charge forth, I want to start my plans, I want to go forward fearlessly. A lot of you have a lot of this yeah, the hell with it mentality, let's just do it, you know, let's do it. So this is really awesome. I'm kind of tuning into your energy and I really like it. It's like I want to join you on that adventure. It feels very a bit strange because after a long period of slumber and kind of blue sadness and melancholy, all of a sudden you're using that sadness to help empower you. And it's kind of like the anger that you might have felt, because on a large extent, psychologically speaking, a feeling of depression is just anger that instead of you expressing it to other people, you've brought it into yourself. So you're not releasing that anger that you need to shout it at other people, you know? You're keeping it within yourself and it's rummaging in your soul and it's making you depressed, it's stealing your energy, it's making you overeat, it's making you overdrink, not love yourself. But a lot of you have just decided that, you know what, enough is enough. I'm done feeling sad. I want to go forward. As I'm going forward, I am aware of the fact that I need to love myself. So I am scheduling in periods of meditation, of rest, in order to tune into this inner wellspring of creativity and passion and ideas, these sources of inspirations that are making me live independently and make my own income. And all these boundaries, these yummy, healthy boundaries, you know? I'm not allowing people to just grab me anymore and use me. It's like I need myself for myself. And I'm standing my ground and I'm going to fight whoever is trying to get into my boat and steal my big fish. This is my big fish. I fished it from the water. Okay? And you decide who you're going to share it with, but it's not a case of somebody else just swooping in and stealing your fish. It's about, no, I decide when I want to give you a piece of my fish. Okay? You don't take my fish. I think that we should have t-shirts with "you don't take my fish." No, this fits really well with some of you out there. Sorry guys, my hair is coming undone. It's like Venus direct. Yes. Sorry, I felt like that was a message that was very passionately delivered, so I needed some comic relief. And finally, the last card that I have for you. Whoa, this fits so beautifully and wraps up your reading gorgeously. So healing, we have number 5. You are going through a period of changes that are meant to help you come into yourself, realize who it is you are, what it is you really want. And as you're doing this, you're healing. A lot of people think that healing is all about you crying on your bed, you know. But healing is painful. Healing is about standing up. Healing is about saying enough is enough. Just like self-love is about making really tough decisions sometimes, saying no, because your energy has been spread too thinly, people have been taken away from you, and healing and self-love require healthy boundaries. And establishing healthy boundaries is not easy, especially if you've been having a lot of low vibing people around you. When we set boundaries, it's really difficult because we trigger some people into showing anger at us. So this is why not that many people are capable of raising boundaries, right? It's not an easy process. Healing is not all butterflies and meditation and praying. Healing is crying, it's getting angry, it's allowing the whole gamut of emotions to come up to the surface. It's making healthy decisions. It's letting go of a partner that, in spite of the fact that you still might feel close to, you understand that they are not going to help you in your life. They're not going to help you put you on the right path, you know? It is painful. It is painful, but you know, when the healing process reaches its zenith and you've purged all those negative feelings, it's like you have a wellspring of light opening up in your heart. You're able to quickly manifest things. You're able to dream better things. It's like a lot of pleasure is unlocked within you. And with that pleasure comes creativity, the excitement for wanting to do new things. It comes you manifesting magical opportunities in your life. New people are coming into your life, you know. And it's just your whole energetic body has shifted, so it's worth it. It's really, really worth it, okay? No matter where you find yourself in this healing process, stick with it. Persevere, okay? Persevere with this beautiful stillness and let the pressure transform you into a diamond, right? Grace under pressure. Grace Kelly, I just had this image of her beautiful face popping up in my mind. Maybe she could be like an inspiring female role model for you during this period. And I just want to read you now from The Secret Language of Light. I was looking for the book. So it's number 5, Healing. To wrap up your reading, I just want to read you this small message here and to show you the card at the same time, okay? So, be illuminated by love and truth. Right now, healing is taking place to support your understanding of the gifts in your experiences. Weird or difficult circumstances can often be a fast-track path to your desires. Until we recognize subtle imbalances, the best way to clean up outdated beliefs is to have our buttons pushed. There you go. So triggering is just helping you change patterns into which you have found yourself repeating, almost like without knowing, why am I repeating these patterns? Why do I keep attracting the same people? Well, if you're being triggered right now, just know that this means the pattern is changing, okay? So buttons are created, these triggers, by continued attention to unbalanced thoughts, ideas, or beliefs. Every time we are reminded of or talk about a hurt, it pushes a button and reopens a wound that we are yet to heal. So guard your thoughts. Don't tell yourself that you're tired. Don't tell yourself that you're sick, that you don't believe in love anymore. The more you say these things, the worse the pressure you're putting on yourself is going to be. Wounds are created by mental, spiritual, or physical trauma. Poking at them will prolong the healing process. So leave them alone, so that balance can be restored and wholeness can return. Don't go back to that hurtful ex, okay? Don't go back to a parent that keeps using and abusing you. Find that inner strength to go forward, go away from that fearlessly. You can do it on your own, and you won't be alone for too long. Many different beautiful people are going to surround you. I can tell you from my own experience. So, inspired action for healing may include seeing a therapist, consulting a medical professional, or spending time in the ocean. Focusing on what you love is also healing. All is perfect in every moment, even if we can't see it at the time. Focus on what you love. Focus on things that give you pleasure. Focus on what makes you happy. And if you're struggling to understand what makes you happy, that's your homework. So I have here also, write down or draw anything you need to forgive yourself for. Then add how your life will change if you forgave yourself. Do the healing so you can live your life and fulfill your purpose. It is time to set yourself free so you can move forward and inspire others to be free. So that was the homework for you, pal number 2. You are doing excellent. Excellent. And I love you very much. If you haven't heard this today, if you're struggling, I love you very much, okay? You are not alone. Things are just working for you. But these wounds, right? These wounds, they need to be healed. Like a physical wound, you know, it needs to develop that scab, and it looks a bit ugly for a while. You have to walk with that scab, but if you scratch it, it will leave a mark for life. So be careful. Put some cream on that scab, tend to it, and one day it will just fall off. You won't even know that you had a wound there in the first place. That's kind of what I see for you. It's a lot about massive amounts of self-love, and you are having lots of angels around you that are protecting you, okay? Heaven keeps sending you protective guardian angels. So tune into that wisdom, okay? Feel free to summon and channel them. I'll make a video very shortly towards the end of this week about how to summon and how to channel spirits, okay? So stay tuned. In a second, I'll show you an image of the spread that I pulled out for you. You can stop the video and meditate on the cards. And yeah, feel free to get in touch with me for a personal reading if this felt too general, and if you'd like to dive deeper into some of the things you heard or what resonated, get in touch with me for a personal reading. I am open until the full moon. God. Okay, I'll see myself out. Bye. Mwah.